So with solo leveling, one of the things which I've been seeing people have been asking for and I guess talking about and need help of is gold. Gold, gold, gold. Shiny, where's the gold at? How do we get gold? Is there a way we can get more gold? What's going on? And obviously I did look into it myself in terms of, where can I get a lot of gold? Because, I mean, look, truth of the matter, there are packs and bundles and whatnot that can help you out get a ton of gold. Right, that's just the truth of the matter. I mean, it's a gacha game, of course they're going to cater to that type of stuff. It's expected. Now, I thought maybe there's a mode or something that there's going to be that we could do to, go down that route of playing the game to get gold. Now, of course, as you're playing the game, yeah, you do get gold from story, gates and whatnot. You don't get a crazy amount, but enough to do a few things, but if you really take into consideration on how important gold is, as of right now, I feel like gold is more important over summoning stuff like essence and tickets. They've made it so that gold is more desired, which is weird. You don't typically ever see that. So I guess this is the one plus side to have this game in early access mode, because this is a problem. This is something that we need to inform the developers on, that this needs to be looked into and fixed, because I'm sorry, it's not on. With gold, it kind of stops you from actually progressing through the game. You would think that it would be maybe working on power levels and etc, XP, anything like that. It really is gold. Without gold, you can't work on your characters, and with how heavily gold is needed, it's a problem, So, as I've aforementioned, before we furthermore investigate it, of course, like I said, there's a few things you can do. Again, with Battlefield of Trials, there's golds that you can obtain from here. I believe floor, where is it? Yeah, so for floor 11 gives you 60k, but the good thing is that the more floor you go through, the higher the goal that you get. But then again, it does then come down to, wait a minute, I need to progress, I need to work on my character. There isn't a specific mode where you can farm gold, which is what I thought was going to be the case, but that just isn't it. Obviously you can again go about doing gates and whatnot and get a small amount of gold, we'll say. There's nothing really out there to kind of really bump you up and help you out in terms of getting a ton of gold consistently. I mean, of course you can go down that route of getting rid of artifacts, but again, with that, it's so limited. So 300, 400. I mean at this point, it's very right now we're all, with artifacts, we can't just sell them out. I mean, you could technically sell the rare ones, but it's just not enough, to be honest. But again, this is something that you guys can do if you choose to. But the bigger picture here is that gold is a problem. Obviously you can get it on a daily basis, but again, you're waiting such a long period of time, it's just not going to work. So the big problem with all of this is that gold is heavily needed and it's very limited. And in terms of the cost of gold, it is way too much. So just to give you guys an example, if I head over to my hunter's character side of things, so right now I'm level 39, I'm going to be going over to level 40, and so if I want to kind of make good use of these lower rarity, SR character should we say, just to get them maxed out for me, it's going to cost me near enough 100k. Near enough 100k. Keep in mind how tough it is to get gold. You want me to spend 100k worth of gold just to get level up. Keep in mind that I still need to work on weapons, skills, artifact, and everything. All of this requires gold. Can I just say one thing? This is how this needs to be looked into, right? If you want to switch artifact, it costs you gold. So for example, if I head over to Choi, of course, and then if we just go over to this and then go change artifact, and let's say I go for this one and then equipped, what on God's green earth is this? I'm sorry, if you're heavily pushing gold like this, you need to make gold farmable. You need to provide us a ridiculous amount of gold to actually enjoy the game progress. I mean, here's the thing, I'm okay with how things are right now, since, you know, I am paid to win, right? It's simple as that. I've got my means to get gold. It's not a problem, but I can understand and I can see from the perspective of a regular person, especially someone who doesn't really put that much money into the game or being free to play, they are going to have a hard time actually progressing, because gold is so limited. There's no real good way to get gold. That's the truth of the matter. Hence why I haven't done a video talking about, hey, this is the best way to get gold. There is no best way to get gold. It's limited, goddammit. Actually, I take that back. The only best way to get gold is through the goddamn exchange shop. Yeah, right here. You know what? There's me saying, maybe we should save for the tickets. I mean, the game is handing out summoning tickets left, right, and center. The game's handing out essence currency left, right, and center. At this point, you might as well get that 100k. You can get it 3 times. We're kind of stingy on them, but that's 300k. Not a bad shout, to be honest. I mean, you got you know, 100k just sitting there, so like, yeah, that's kind of, you know, where we're at. I don't know how. Oh, it resets every month. What? This is 100% a big problem. Now, like I said, this game is in early access. This is the time where we, the players, can voice our opinions and be like, hey, Netmarble, this needs changing, this needs fixing, this, you know, something has to be done about this, because it is ridiculous with how it is, like, for me to actually play this game, because with most gacha games you would really think it'll be more in line of the currency, right, to be difficult to obtain or kind of limited and whatnot. Never the gold. I've never been in a position where I'm just like, why is the gold so limited? And with that, everything requires gold. So like, it just doesn't make sense. I'm kind of mind boggled on what's going on here. Is there a mode or something maybe later on that we can farm gold? But like, yeah, you know, enter a gate, that's limited and you don't get much for it. Story is the best way to go about it. But the thing about story mode, which again, this is something that they can potentially do, is when you complete a fight, keep the gold reward there so we can farm it from the story mode. That's not a bad idea. At the very least, give us something, you know. But the unfortunate truth is that it's very limited. I mean, of course, they always, you know, you got the exchange shops and whatnot. But I will say, with the amount that gold is needed to work on your account, and with how much they have limited it, and that there's no real good way to get a good amount, yeah, we basically need to go over to the Netmarble forums for solo leveling and just kind of let them know. That's the best way we can get change. Again, this is early access. This game is in beta. It's not the full release. We've still got until May. By then, the developers are most definitely hearing our opinions, because of course they also want to be prepared for the global release. And so if this is a problem, which it is, they'll look into it, updates will roll by, changes will come. It's Netmarble at the end of the day. I know that they listen, so I'm confident in saying that we could see a change coming about, fingers crossed. But this right here, the gold and the means to get it, they need to do something about that. Either make a game mode for it so that way we can farm it, either make it so that story mode missions give us gold, or certain missions within other modes themselves give us a great deal amount of gold. I'm talking about a great deal, enough to so that on a daily basis we can actually make good progression. That is something that needs to be looked into. But other than that, boys, I'm sorry to say there really isn't any good way to get a high amount of gold. You know, you just kind of have to play the game and be very strategic and careful on the characters you really work on. As much as I want to sit here, you know, even though, like I said, I can buy gold, I want to work on my SRs, but I know the amount of gold that it takes to work on them, and I'm just like, it's not even worth it. It really isn't. Like, I can't even cater to that. So that's the difficult position that I'm in, right? I'm basically having to only cater to SSRs. So developers, work on it, please. It needs fixing. But that is the gold guide, guys. Yeah, it's a problem. It's one of the most major problems right now with solo leveling Arise.